Hi guys, it's Ari. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking all things Big Chop. So what made me do it, how I felt about it, my stages, how I feel about it now, and then also my tips on how I grew my hair so far in the 9 months since I did Big Chop. But before I get into the video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also turn on those notifications so that way you're notified every time I upload a new video. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I did want to start off with showing you guys my hair before, like in September when I cut it, and now. I mean, as you can see, it looks like this now, but I want to put somewhere in this video like before and after picture so you can see like the difference. Since we've done that, I do want to start off with talking about why I cut my hair. I cut it because it's just kind of like a long story. I had a very interesting relationship with my hair prior to cutting it all off. And it started when I was around 6 or 7. That was when I got my first perm. Correction, it was a texturizer. Now, I don't blame my parents for letting that happen. I actually just feel like the person who told them that it was going to be a good idea for them to do it maybe shouldn't have done that, because honestly my mom didn't know anything about perms damaging hair, but it happened and there's nothing I can do about it now. So yeah, but anyways, it started then, and from a really young age I just really liked my hair straight. Like I said, it started with that perm, and for a while I don't think I got any perms, and my hair had a break from it. My mom would braid my hair, occasionally she would straighten it. So by the time I was like 10, that grew out. But then around that age I started to get texturizers every week when I went to a Dominican hair salon. So she did my hair and it looked so beautiful every time I went, and she was always putting texturizers in it, which of course she didn't have to, but I think that was just something that, you know, I didn't know about, my mom didn't know about, so we were just like, yeah, do it, you know. So we would do that every 2 weeks, and then eventually I stopped going to the Dominican hair salon, and we would put the texturizers in ourselves. So I would have texturizers in my hair still. I feel like it was every 2 weeks. But when I was like 11 or 12, I was just like, texturizers are not good for your hair. I'm not doing this anymore. So I stopped putting texturizers in my hair, and instead I would just straighten it all the time. So fortunately though, my hair did start to become, I feel like it became like really healthy. My hair was always long, so I don't think that was a problem for me. I feel like it just started to really flourish around my teenage years. So, but I was still straightening it all the time. So, but yeah, regardless, I was used to that, and I really loved straightening my hair. I just feel like I felt prettier that way and with my hair straightened as opposed to when it wasn't straightened. And I feel like that was because my hair was damaged, so I really wasn't familiar with the way that my hair grew naturally because I straightened it so much. By the time I was like 17, again, the texturizers grew, like everything grew out. Like my hair was already in its natural state. It was just heat damage. So between 12 and 17, I would do things like not straighten my hair at certain times because I felt like, you know, I was damaging my hair and I wanted to like do better by it. So yeah, I just became aware. So I would have phases where I would stop straightening my hair and really focus on just trying to nurture my hair back to health. But of course, it was a process, like it was a longer process than I was anticipating, and I was not willing to wait. So I would just go back to straightening my hair because, as I would tell myself, it was easier. It was less to do, and it was just, like I said, it was just easier. And I'm not even gonna lie, it was like you just do it and then you don't have to worry about it. Like for me, and my hair was like trained to stay straight, and so that was just something that I flocked towards. The sound starts to go out here, so I'm so sorry about that. I don't know how to fix it. So that's what I would run towards. And then I was around 17 and I got my hair cut. It was probably like, I feel like it may have been comparable to this length. I can't really tell because I have so much shrinkage in my hair. I didn't do anything to it for a really, I barely even put product in it, but I didn't do anything to it for a really long time, and it grew. Like it just flourished. And I think maybe it was about right here I don't know, something like that. Then again, I had graduation pictures and I straightened it again because I felt prettier with my hair straight. And I don't blame this on any of my surrounding people, like my family, because my parents really did a great job of reinforcing in me that I was beautiful just the way that I was. Whatever decision that I made to do with myself, like as far as like the way that I looked physically, like they never made me feel like it was a bad idea or that I was ugly or anything like that. So I don't blame that on them. It was just something that occurred within myself where I felt like I was just the prettiest, like of my version of myself when my hair was straightened. So, and I think it was just because I wasn't used to my hair being curly, and also because my hair was damaged. It was heat damaged naturally. So it looked prettier when it was straightened. So yeah, I went and I straightened it again around 18, 19, and then it was just like no turning back from that point. And so I just kept straightening it, and I would have a phase where I would stop because I wanted to, you know, give my natural hair a break and see if it would grow. Around like 20 or 21, I began to dye my hair, and so with dyeing came bleach, and that was when it really ultimately went downhill from there, and is the reason, like, I think is what was like my breaking point to me actually just cutting it off, because it had gotten like I said, I was able to straighten my hair and it still looked healthy and it would flow and it just was pretty, like it just looked very healthy. But once I dyed it, it was just no more for that. Like my ends were frizzy, it looked super unhealthy, and I just couldn't take it. Like I couldn't straighten my hair anymore to hide the damage that my hair had, because it even looked damaged when it was straight. So I was just like, okay, let me just try to leave it alone for a while. And I left it alone for a while. It was maybe a couple months, straightened it again. And I was like, you know what? At some point I was just done. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I was in the car, I remember, and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna cut my hair. I think I'm just gonna cut it. And so I went in the house, I cut my hair. I was just like, this is so ugly. Like I cut it and I was so happy that I did it. But it was just a really bad cut. That was it. So I was like, I need to go to the salon and I need to have somebody fix it for me. So I did, and it was really short, as you can tell, and it was a huge drastic change. So that's going to bring us into the next part of this video. So I also wanted to talk briefly about the stages of hair growth that I had, or just different things that I noticed while growing out my hair so far. Starting with the beginning of, like, right after I cut my hair, it was definitely very liberating for me. And I feel like that was because I had, like I said, such an unhealthy relationship with my hair and like how I felt about it, that when I finally just cut it off, I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel so free. Like I just love it. And it was just so easy to maintain. Like it was just great. And I absolutely loved it. I had so much support from my family and my friends that it just made me feel, it was just like an effortless transition. So I really, like the beginning of it, it was just, so it was a surprise to me, because I always thought that if I ever did that, it would just be like, I would hate it. But I really surprised myself with that. I really loved it. I also noticed that for me, my hair is constantly like it's constantly changing. Because it's constantly changing, because it's constantly growing, it's always something for you to learn. Always, literally always something for you to learn, always something for you to do to it. Low maintenance type things. So it's just a learning process, and I really just enjoy that. If you see me looking this way, it's because everything that I want to talk about is on my computer, which is over here. I did have a couple of awkward phases, and still, like, to this day, like, this is, I feel like it can be an awkward phase on some days. Some days I'm just like, I want something a little different. And I did have one very recently where I just felt like, I just want something different, and that's when I put passion twists in my hair, which I absolutely love those, but I just really didn't love it so much compared to me being able to wet my hair every day, or me being able to see my hair every day. Like I just miss my hair too much, so I just left it in for like a week and took them out. So yeah, you might have awkward phases, but you just kind of stick through them. Find things that work. Do not straighten your hair. Don't put anything in your hair. It's not necessary. You just have to really be patient with it. So as far as this current stage that I'm in, I just really am enjoying it. I love it, and I'm so grateful to God that He allowed for me to do it and to have the spirit that I have towards it, because it just helped, I feel like, boost my confidence in that area. So yeah, as far as what worked for me with growing my natural hair, it starts out with me just leaving my hair alone. I didn't really do much to my hair, and I don't really like doing very many things to my hair because I just feel like too much stress to your hair will cause a lot of breakage. Like when you do too many things to it, or you're constantly touching it, you're constantly braiding it, you're constantly twisting it, I just feel like it will cause it to break, especially if you're not moisturizing it like you need to. Yeah, so that's the first tip, is just I would just leave my hair alone as much as possible. Of course, you want to do the obvious things like moisturize your hair, but overall, don't do too many things to it. Another thing that I do is I wet my hair almost every day, because me personally, like me, not my scalp, I really love to wet my hair. And obviously, if water is good for your skin, if it's good for your body, just imagine how it can really help your hair, and how your hair might really appreciate it. So like I said, that's another thing that I like to do, is wet my hair just about every day. Also, make sure, what I did was, what I do is I try to make sure that whenever I'm going to touch my hair, if ever I'm going to comb it out or detangle it or whatever, I want to make sure that it's moisturized first, because I noticed that with my hair, it will cause me to have to rip my hair or break it, or literally rip it or break it, in order for me to deal with it if it's not moisturized, especially if I'm trying to detangle. I feel like it's kind of maybe an unspoken rule, don't ever try to detangle your hair if it's not moisturized. But yeah, keep your hair moisturized. I feel like your hair will appreciate it. My hair definitely does. Also, since we're already talking about combing your hair, the bigger the comb, the better. So I like to use a wide tooth comb whenever I'm detangling my hair, because a Denman brush or smaller comb just really focuses on combing your hair, but it's harder to get a grip on your hair, get through your hair with smaller tooth combs, which could cause breakage if you're just sitting there trying to tussle with each strand of hair. So definitely use bigger combs. I also really love to condition my hair, as opposed to wash it with shampoo. I actually feel like I use conditioner more than I do use shampoo, and I just feel like it makes my hair just more, I feel like it could just make it a little more soft. I don't know, I just really like to use it, and that's something that also may contribute to my hair growth. I also take biotin daily. I try to take it daily anyways. Biotin, from what I understand, is something that helps the strength of your hair and the strength of your nails. So it's not a hair growth pill, but because it strengthens your hair, it also allows for it to grow. It allows for it to endure more conditions, and which in turn can allow for your hair to grow longer. So yeah, those are just a few things that I've done to help my hair grow. But overall, if you decide to big chop, or if you're even thinking about it, just know that first of all, you're beautiful and you can do it. Like it's just hair, first of all, but I know it is something bigger than that for some people, including myself. So it's not as easy to say it's just hair and just do it. It's not what defines you, but if you decide to do it, it is going to be an adjustment. People are always going to have something to say, so don't even care about what anybody thinks, because even if you have the most beautiful hair, people are always going to have something to say. If you have the most beautiful face, most beautiful body, whatever, people are always going to have something to say. So never let that determine whether or not you're going to do something with your hair. Just do it if you want to do it. Make sure to be patient, embrace your hair, embrace each and every stage that it comes with, because like I said, it grows so fast when it's short. Love it. Have fun with it, because it is a really fun process if you allow it to be. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped some of you, and if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.